Young people, young people, young people. When we were fighting Idi Amin was a young man, like us. But we had differences. He was a young man thinking in the wrong way, and we were young people thinking in another way. And we had old people who were supporting us, and Idi Amin had old people who were supporting him. So what are you talking about? You know, this young. This really is ideological. You should talk about ideology. What are you saying? You're a young person saying what? The colonialists who came here were young people who came to colonize us. And Kabarega was a young man fighting them. When Kabarega and Mwanga were fighting the British, they were young people, they were not old people. So what are you talking about? Talk about ideology. You can have young people thinking with an old ideology. And you can have old people with a young ideology. So I would like the NRM people to clarify that. I like your theme for this day, the intergenerational. But I think you can improve it. You see, some people are confusing, I've told you before, are confusing biology with ideology. Now, regarding the other organizational issues, I'm glad to hear that you are supporting my policy of free education. Because I'm glad that your chairperson said you now support it. Because I am not happy with the children dropping out of school, government schools, because of charges. From 1996, I wanted really free education, no charges in government secondary schools. But somehow it is never implemented. We call it UPE, but it's not UPE. It is education for some, not for all. USE. The Minister of Education told me they have now done a study. They will soon report. You will hear of an assault we are going to make on that. Now, as we talk about commercial agriculture, we must talk about irrigation. Because this uncertainty, which is what Minister Among was talking about, in northern Uganda and south and the whole of Uganda, how can we have a shortage of food? It's because we are not maximally using our resources. And this is going to end. We are going to introduce massively irrigation so that crops are irrigated. The other day I was at Kaumu, my farm, some 5 years ago. I started a farm at Kaumu. At that time I didn't have an irrigation system, but I carried the water in a can myself and watered the crops with the watering can. The people were laughing at me on the internet. Museveni is very stupid. Look at that old man. He's using a can. Now you go and see my coffee there. Go and see my coffee, which I watered with a can. I will put it on the internet if you don't want to go there and see. So that you hang yourself. You hang yourself with what do they call it? Envy. How do you call envy in our language here? Nyeko. Nyeko. Is it Nyeko? Nyeko. Is it Nyeko? Envy. So I'm going to put my coffee on the internet so that those of Nyakos can kill themselves. You can irrigate. Even if you, especially if you have got a small garden, this one of 4 acres, you can't get water if you don't have the motorized system. Go and use the manual and irrigate. Instead of just, we are dying because of drought. But there is water everywhere. In Uganda, there is water everywhere. Lake Victoria, water is chasing people. Because about 3-4 years ago, the lakes filled up. There was so much water that they chased people. And at the same time, we are dying because there is no rain. There is water here. Why don't you use it to irrigate? If you don't have the motorized, use the manual. I'm really not impressed by lack of seriousness. I grew coffee in a dry season at Kaumu using a can, a watering can. And the coffee is there now. I am harvesting. Now, but we are now going to be more organized and more massive. But this means that people must stop encroaching on the wetlands. Because the wetlands are the Dero, Mepi. Is my actually making any sense there? You see, Lokamabel. The wetlands are the granary for the water. They are the store of the water. When I was coming here, I saw near Kamudin, some people have encroached on a swamp there, started growing rice in the swamp. Stop this. We are going to make a very big campaign, start in the coming month, to really persuade our people to leave the wetlands so that the water comes back and we use it to irrigate the land, so that we immunize ourselves against the seasons. We want to end this millennia problem of uncertainty of food. You hear it in people's names. Akech, does it not mean somebody born in hunger? You can imagine, people are used to problems. This is Akech. And Lokech is the one who was born, is the man. Lokech is the man. It is well known. This was born in hunger. We had a minister at Independence from Kigezi called Rwamafa, John Rwamafa. That's what it means in our language there, Amafa. Somebody born in famine. Famine, not hunger, it is bigger than hunger. John Rwamafa. So this culture must stop. I don't want, the Akechis who are there now should be the last. We don't want additional Akechis. And the answer is irrigation. And we have all the water here. Because Uganda is so lucky, you have a small hill, then there is a wetland, then another hill like that. So it's very easy for us to irrigate our country. So the two go together. Massive irrigation in Uganda means swamp reclamation. Now I'm glad the UN people are here. So if you are looking for work to do, you come and support me, UN. Support my program of swamp reclamation.